Well, hello there. My name is Ladrium, and welcome back to Bedrock. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. And today we are picking off right where we left off in our previous episode. The plan for today is we are going to travel back to the Nether and pick up some of the supplies that we did not pick up while we were there the first time. Wither skulls, blaze rods, ancient debris, and nether wart. But first thing that we really need to address is these damaged trousers that I have. In our last episode, we took some damage from those berry bushes that we were planting around our iron farm, and well, don't have a lot of armor anymore. So the first thing that we are going to do is get ourselves re-prepped up to go back to the Nether. So as you can see here, pants are broken, and I've taken a lot of damage to this helmet too. So I think for another trip, we need to get all of these items repaired and also get a few other things. So let's go inside here, and we're just going to grab our diamonds off the shelf. Probably might need to break this block down real quick. Let's see here. I'll probably maybe also grab some iron in case we need that to repair our shield. That was a little dinged up. So first thing, trousers, got new pants, and then we'll get a gold helmet. Now I think the next thing that we need to do is also get this enchanted a little bit. I don't know if I have anything in these books up here. Ooh, though that power book right there could actually be useful for a bow, so we may come back to that in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and grab our lapis and roll our luck at the good old enchanting table. So pants on and protection 2. It looks like it's going to be nothing. Nope, just protection 2. All right, what about the helmet? No, unbreaking. That's not too bad for a gold helmet. And I don't think I can enchant that directly. I'm going to need a book for that. So let's take a look over here. Let's put our lapis back, and let's grab these other 2 books. And since we are heading out into the Nether, I do want to put away some of our more valuable tools that I would hate to lose. I don't think that we are going to need a shovel, and I don't think that we'll need this hoe or silk touch pickaxe, but we do have a looting 3 sword here, so hopefully we are going wither skull hunting. That will help us out quite a bit with getting everything that we need. So let me just pack up a few of these items here, and then we will go back downstairs, make ourselves a bow, and then slap these enchantments on it. And so let's just see which one's cheaper. It looks like flames 2 and the power 4 is going to be at 8. So we will put flame on the bow first, and then we will put power 4 on it. So that's a pretty good bow right there. Now we do also need to pack ourselves up a bunch of beds. I have a few here, but the easiest way I can think of to get this shulker box loaded up with beds is just to throw a hopper down on it and craft the beds and just toss them out. So let's see if we can get a full shulker's worth of beds. Break all these down right here. And there we go. Now we should just be able just to throw them into this hopper here, and this should start filling up that well. Unless of course I'm just a few inches off from where that needs to be. Let's try that again. Into the hopper chain. And yep, that looks like that's going in. So let's just go down here. And that looks like that will just be full. Perfect. Excellent. Yep, I know. Still don't have a portal over here. So we got to make a quick trip all the way over to the stronghold. And finally in the Nether, we have found ourselves our first fortress. And by the looks of it over there, we've already been here. So this must actually be the fortress that we were at when we came here in episode 2. So we found another way over here. That's good, but there are not any blazes over there. And there were not a lot of withers spawning, wither skeletons. So I'm gonna hop on over here and let's see what we have over here. I think there's one over here. Yep, see some blazes hanging around. That's a good sign. Lots of blazes. That'll do us a lot of good. So let's see if we can tower over here or bridge over there without them shooting at us. And hopefully this gas that I hear floating above me doesn't shoot at us either. That would be very, very unfortunate. This is very precarious. This is a lot of lava beneath me, and I would hate to fall in this, so I'm going to try to be extra careful with the crouch clicking. Watch this guy behind us. Oh, yep. He's getting angry. Let's walk back here a little bit. Let's put a railing on. Don't shoot me. We put a railing on right here. That should help protect us a little bit in case we need to make a quick run. Oh, wow. There are lots of guys over there. Okay, let's back up. All right. Now we have let those guys despawn and we're right above this. And bam. Now we're in. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Do not want that gas to hit us. That's for sure. Ooh, okay. So let's... Where'd he go? All right. He's out of the way. Let's build up a little staircase here and put the railing on it. So if we do need to make a quick escape, we're covered on both sides and hopefully we can make it out of here fast enough before that gas shoots at us if we need to make a quick escape. All right, then let's go hunting for some supplies. Look at that. Right away, we have ourselves some nether wart. Perfect. Item 1 on our shopping list is ticked off. Shouldn't need a lot of this, but we'll take all that we can grab here. And oh, we got some more over here. Let's go ahead and pick this up too. And we might as well pick up the sand soil that it's on. I'm sure that we probably have some of this back at our base, but I don't remember off the top of my head. So we'll just grab everything that's over here. All right, next item on our shopping list, looks like right here, is a Wither Skeleton. We got a Looting 3 iron sword. So let's see. Nope, no skull from him today. Oh, but wow, this is going to be super dangerous. I'm going to block that off real quick. Don't want to run into them. Ooh, diamonds in this chest, though. I will take those. Yep, I think 3 diamonds for 6 pieces of gunpowder. That's a great deal. All right, let's see what we have down here. Oh, yeah. More nether wart. That's just what we needed. Oh, there. Hello, skeleton. Ooh, that would spook me. All right. Nope, no skull from him either. We'll go ahead and pick this up. Anything good in this chest? Some nether wart. And 8 pieces of obsidian. That's not quite enough. And this is a pretty big fortress. This spans over 2 biomes. Over Basalt Delta. You know, with as big as this fortress is, we could make a wither skeleton farm out of this. Nope, 3 biomes. All right, definitely gonna write this down as a place to make a wither skeleton farm. But let's go ahead and take care of these blazes. I gotta remember to put my shield up. I'm not super worried about it though. Looting 3, what do we get? Nothing. Nothing from him either. Nothing from him either. Wow, talk about bad luck. And contender number 2 for the Wither Skull. Let's see what we get. Yeah, remember to block that time. What do we get? Yes, there we go. Our first Wither Skeleton. We'll trade that coal out real quick. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Now we just need 2 more. So let's take care of this blaze over here before he does any more damage. Come on, go away, Blaze. Yo there. Oh, I nearly fell into that. That would have made this trip very sad. All right, shield broke. Make it quick. I think I picked up a skull there. Yep, picked up one right there. Okay, let's back up real quick. Just back up and check. Yep, got 3 right there. Perfect. I think we're good. I think that we are good. So let's figure out what we need to do to get out of here. Nothing that way. I bet that this will connect to the other side of the fortress. Let's take a look real quick. Yes. Lucky guess. Now then, we have 3 of the things on our shopping list checked off for. The next thing that we need to do is get some ancient debris, and we have plenty of beds to help with that. So we're already off to a great start right here, as you can see. See, what can we throw out of our inventory that we don't need to pick this up? Being a bit indecisive at the moment. Let's just mine this. And got 2 so far. We're off to a great start, I think. Nope, that wasn't the item I wanted. There we go. And we'll pick this one up real quick. 2 pieces of ancient debris. And then we can get started with some good old-fashioned bed mining. Oh, yep. Definitely took some damage. Something broke. I think it was probably my helmet. All right, I think we have enough here. I don't see any in here. Let's get out of here. Take a look in our chest real quick and see how many pieces we have. Yep, so quick count. We have 32 pieces of ancient debris now, which should be enough to enchant all of our pieces of armor and at least one tool. So I think we are good for now. And then our next step is to smelt all of this up. So we're going to split this here in between our blast furnaces. And the next thing that I want to talk about is our humble, simple little bee farm that we have right here. As you remember, a couple of episodes, we set up this budget bee farm, as I believed I called it, and it works okay for the manual day-to-day harvesting of things, but I think I really want to take this up to the next level. If I want to start using copper blocks, we're going to need a lot of wax, and I really haven't played around a lot with honey blocks, so I think in this season I'm going to start playing around with that. But that means we need to make a supersized version of this farm, something that is automatic and will gather all the resources we need. So sit back, relax, enjoy the time lapse, and let's go. And we are done building our bee house, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Tried to do something a little bit different, but keep the architecture very similar so it would tie all together, and also did some decorating around the place to really tie these three buildings all together here. So let me go ahead and give you the grand tour of things. So starting here at the back of our starter base, if we just turn around here, we have this nice little switchback trail that goes down this little cliffside here. And I think switchback trails, when you do them right in Minecraft, they look natural and they look really great. But I have this ravine over here. This is kind of just a floating bridge. I'll need to patch underneath it here in a little bit, but here is our bee house. And like I said, try to keep the architecture very similar with the roof and, you know, the overall style, but really try to make it feel just a little bit different, maybe a little bit more, I don't know if industrial is the right word, but it's pretty different. But up here, did tie this back together with our farm. So you can't see the top of it right here. Yes, you can see, you know, tried to keep the architecture very similar to what we had. It matches what we have up here, but it's still a little bit different. So try to branch out a little bit and just make things feel connected but different. But let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And as you can tell, I haven't started a lot with the interior yet, but over here we have some drop-off points for both shears and glass bottles. and that will filter down into our farm. But over here we have what I think is a pretty fun little catty-cornered sorting system for both our honey bottles and our honeycomb. And over here, I don't know if maybe we'll see anything come by here real quick, but yep, there's one item right there. You watch this will shoot up here into this sorting system that I have built in the back here, and then kind of filter anything. And I think this catty cornered thing is really sort of neat and sort of fun. You don't see a lot of people do it. And as a bonus, you get a show if you manage to catch the items flowing in. So this farm has been pretty productive so far since I started it. But yeah, I think this is a pretty little neat addition to this farm. This should cover all of our needs quite nicely. But back here, have a secret little service entrance. And remember, folks, always have service entrances to the back of your redstone builds. You never know when you're going to need it. But you can see down here we have our farm. The bees, of course, are asleep because it is nighttime, so we can't see them buzzing around. But I have honeycomb over here on the right and honey bottles being generated by these bees over here on the left. And I tried to even out these bottles just a little bit. So tried to get them a little bit even, but I imagine I'm going to be running out of these very, very quickly at this rate this farm is going. So if I need to, I'll just throw a redstone torch over here just to lock this farm and prevent us from losing anything. But over here, just not to harp on something I've already talked about before, but I really love this corner style sorting system. I think it's really kind of fun and really unique, and it was really fun to build too, trying to figure out how to split things evenly. But let's take a look upstairs and show you what we have up here. No surprises, no decorations yet. We will save that for another episode, but tried to do something a little bit different with the balconies here, taking advantage of these lecterns that we have right here. I think that these look, really kind of neat, and with these vines that are growing down, makes it kind of look just a little bit different. And of course, you have the same thing over here on this side. Maybe you could put down some signs here in front of these lecterns, but like all of our bases, we have a really good view of kind of everything in the world around us. So we can see both the sunset and the moonset from over here. Still obviously have a lot of work that we can do in here, but I have a couple plans for this area. And we have a nice little neat tower over here that we can maybe do something with later. And like I said, I do have plans for this area. I'm thinking that in our next episode, we will spend some time decorating not only this new bee house that we have, but also cleaning up some stuff in our farm building, cleaning up some stuff around our main base, and then also cleaning up and decorating things inside of our iron farm. So if you have any ideas for what you'd like to see in that, please leave that down in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas. But I've got a couple ideas myself that I will start working on very, very soon. So make sure that you are subscribed so you get notified when that new episode comes out. But I imagine at this point, a few of you are probably wondering what I'm going to do with these wither skulls. Yep, we got 3 of them, and I'm trying to contemplate whether I want to fight the wither now or whether I want to fight it a little bit later. You see, recently been discovered that the protection for enchantment in Bedrock Edition doesn't protect you in the slightest from the wither effect, which, as you can imagine, has made the wither boss fight significantly more painful than it needs to be in Bedrock Edition. So I'm trying to decide whether I take on the wither fight in an upcoming episode, or maybe we wait until that Protection 4 fix is implemented, I think in 1.19.10 or whatever it is. And then maybe we can do something a little bit interesting, like maybe do a underground fight, or maybe do a fight with the dragon as well. So if you have ideas for what you'd like me to do there, make sure you leave that in the comments below. But guys, that is gonna wrap up this episode today. We got a lot done today. We got all of our shopping done in the Nether, and we finished up building our brand new bee house. Lots of stuff to do still, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you making it to the end of this video and being a part of this community that we're trying to build together. In our next episode, we will be spending some time doing some decorating in our main base. So make sure that you guys stay subscribed, and if you have any comments for me, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. But like I said, that is going to be all the time that we have here together today. Thank you again so much for watching, and remember, you are always welcome on Bedrock. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.